Welcome to the Steve and Steven podcast. I'm Steve.
I'm still Steven.
And we're still kicking. You thought we were dead after a week of uploading our normal schedule?
We're here.
You'd be wrong. We've got a lot of things to talk about today. We've got some new sounds. We've got some new news stories. And Steven's got some sports stories. And what else do we have?
We got a lot of news, and then we got a few stories. I don't know. It's same old, I'd say. But
where should we go first?
Let's start with the sports news.
Okay.
So let's go straight into the news. Okay, big sports news is Tony Dungy in the last week. He tweeted about, do you have the tweet pulled up now? Okay, so we're going to start with Tony Dungy.
So here's this tweet he deleted. I've got it. I got it.
You got the tweet. Let me set it up again.
Go ahead.
Okay. So we'll start with some sports news. The big news, some of the big news is Tony Dungy in the last week tweeted about, do you have the tweet pulled up now?
Yeah.
Letterbox tweet. Go ahead.
So he was replying to the Daily Wire. Who cares what the Daily Wire was tweeting? Maybe it was like, finally Matt Walsh has announced that she is trans. So Tony Dundee says, that's nothing. Some school districts are putting litter boxes in the school bathrooms for the students who identify as cats. Very important to address every student's needs. Are they putting newspapers on the floor of schools for those who identify as parrots?
Oh, man.
Am I right?
So, yeah, that tweet, obviously very funny.
Yeah.
And he deleted it and apologized for it.
Yes, he did.
But he apologized to his Christian friends out there. And so the pushback, by CNN or whoever, is like, he's apologized to the Christians, but not the LGBT community.
Oh, gotcha.
But it's the funny part about it is who's he supposed to apologize to? The kids that don't, because this is not true. They're not putting litter boxes in any schools.
Yeah, I think that was something that people just the thing with right wingers is they can be, and left wingers too. They're so easy to trick, and that actually it falls into the realm of something that's it's kind of believable, but when you sit and think about it for a few seconds instead of getting outraged and just letting that carry the rest of your actions, you realize it doesn't they're not doing it, Yeah. Why would the school buy cat litter? I mean, it's so obvious.
It's you said, it's just very easy to trick conservatives into thinking that there's some issue going on that's not.
But I do believe the next story, I will say, not to tease that.
Okay.
So yes, he apologized. He says, I saw a tweet yesterday and I responded to it in the wrong way. As a Christian, I should speak in love in ways that are caring and helpful. I failed to do that and I am deeply sorry. So that... He posted a screenshot of a text message. That was him. And then the tweet that goes with it is, this past week I posted a tweet that I subsequently deleted. I issued an apology, but not everyone saw it. So I am reposting my apology here. Okay, that explains it. As a Christian, I want to be a force for love to everyone, a force for healing and reconciliation, not for animosity.
Which is exactly what a vampire would say. And Tony Dungy looks like Nosferatu.
He does. I got to see a few. And actually, his Twitter profile picture, yes, he looks like Nosferatu.
His Wikipedia picture is pretty weird, too. Look that up. Well, you don't have to, but The audience, look up the Wikipedia photo. And look up the photo of him with Tom Brady when they straight up look like vampires together.
Are NFL players, are they allowed to have any personalities? And I know Colin Kaepernick, he was he was reenacting the George Floyd thing by kneeling on the neck, right? Is that what he did?
Yeah. 10 years too early.
Yeah. He's like, you should do it this way, officers. So, why aren't there any NFL players that are hilarious and just
There have been, but for the most part, they're boring. But if you focus on one thing your whole life,
that's true.
Then you're probably not going to be. A lot of tennis players are very boring in interviews, and they always just give dry answers, the stock answers for things. But Deion Sanders all time, there have been some electric personalities. Deion Sanders.
It could be their revolt against the whole having to do the PR stuff and doing communications and whatnot. It's okay, I worked my whole life to be an athlete. Now I have to do all these interviews, so I'm just gonna, I don't really care. I'll just answer the question. I can't get fired for answering a question, right?
Well,
not if they're boring.
That's what happened to this football player. This is the football school, the Steven football episode. This guy, Marshawn Lynch, Beastquake, because it's an earthquake when he runs. He's a beast, Beastquake. Okay. And he was that's what he's used. When he would go into press conferences after games, he'd be like, I'm only here so I don't get fined. That became his thing for a while. But then he got fined for saying that, not actually answering. So they force people to cooperate.
Oh, gotcha.
So, yeah.
Are there any, the movie, Remember the Titans?
Yeah.
How there's like the fat guy. Where's the fat guy for the NFL? Like the fat comic relief, you know?
The lineman, probably. The guys up front doing the blocking.
Damn. All right. Well, that was quick. I thought I had something.
I felt like there. Kickers, maybe.
Where's the gay guy?
You ever seen the Larry David when he's on, I think he's like on a sports show, but he's like talking about, he's like, they need to get rid of kicking from football. Like it shouldn't come down to it. We should just, what did he say? We should just have frogs jump through little goalposts and call it leaping frog ball or something. I don't know.
Gotcha.
It was funny.
Did the sports people, did they not know what to do with that? Were they like,
they're like, you're going to take the feet out of football? I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
I'm Tony Dungy. That's how he talks too. This whole time I could have been doing that. I could have been reading the tweet as Tony Dungy.
I almost did the.
I'm Tony Dungy.
I almost did like an Australian, like I'm Tony Dundee.
Yeah, Dundee. Yeah, Tony Dungy. Okay. He's gonna go back and sleep in his litter box. Okay.
I'm gonna show the new sound effects because I want to use them in the show.
Okay.
And I can only do 4 at a time.
You have to.
So we've got.
Oh my God!
So that's like. Yeah. So we've got that.
It sounds like a fucking Pornhub. It sounds like the start of the Brazzers video.
It's
Dog Fart Network. Is that the one with the black guys? See, I can't get through an
know.
episode talking about porn, dude. It's crazy.
It's a Vine boom.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, classic, right?
Steve Harvey.
What you looking at? Pop, pop. You looking? I saw you looking. No.
Yeah, that one's classic.
How are we ever going to use that one?
I actually have something to use that for, but we need to finish with sports. Okay, so I remember where these spots are so I can use them. All right, so what's the next story? This one I unironically believe. Who's stupid enough to think cat litter's in school? But I unironically believe what we're about to talk about next.
Okay, yeah.
What are my picks?
Yeah, so my picks for the conference championship game. No, I know.
Okay.
DeMar Hamlin. The big conspiracy going around is that it was a body double at the Bills-Bengals game this past weekend.
Yeah.
And because, well, there's a lot of weird things around it, right? One, it was blizzarding outside. So you can't control that unless you have a weather machine. So we'll start there. That's
which he might have.
He might have the weather machine. And you could see him in the booth, but not really because there's a blizzard outside. And then you see him wave his hands. My favorite thing so far is that somebody's like, he just was in cardiac arrest 2 weeks ago. He couldn't do this. I'm like, maybe he could wave his arms around. I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor.
When you
but
do
that's
that,
the part you're gonna pick out. It's not the
opens up your whatever.
He's wearing like a fucking face mask and he's all covered up. And then he gets out of. Then they wheel him into the fucking tunnel on like a little
wheelchair.
Well, like a go-kart, one of the golf cart things. Mm-hmm. And then he like comes out all whatever. So I don't know. I think it's like
it's like Kanye West. He's acting like Kanye West. He's completely covering and hiding himself. Maybe that's what his plan was, but then everyone's like, no, he's a body double. He's dead. But my favorite thing is from the Snopes page. So if you look at Snopes debunking it, so the rating is false, but the way they justify it is like, it's so funny. So
can I guess?
Sure. Yeah.
The big dumb justification that everyone does is they don't actually respond to conspiracy, which makes the conspiracy people even worse. Mm-hmm. It's that people out there saying DeMar Hamlin's actually dead, but nobody's really saying that. They're just saying that wasn't him at the game.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So this is what they said. So DeMar Hamlin returned to the team's stadium to watch the playoff game wearing a red outfit. His head was covered with a hoodie, a mask, and glasses. So it's like, obviously it was him, even though there's nothing for us to like clearly identify as it being him. No interview, no soundbite. Because even with the Ye stuff, when he was on Alex Jones, I was like, is he actually there? But then you hear him talking, it's him. But this guy, you're just seeing this guy. He's like dancing around. You don't even know. You don't know who it is. And it could be as simple as like DeMar was like, I don't want to actually go to this, so can I just have? Hey, yo, give me my weekend at Bernie.
Yeah,
my God!
The only thing, the best argument, I guess, for him for not being a body double is that he like went into the locker room, which means everybody on the team, including like low-ranking trainers, would have to be in on it. Like, this guy just walked in,
unreliable, like
pretending people, to be. Yeah, so you think it would come out like, and then also like his family is presumably watching, so that would be like a weird optics thing if your son just got. But maybe it's all staged.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's just something to keep Damar Hamlin in our thoughts. And yeah, all I know is that one referee, he actually watched him when Damar Hamlin was leaving. His glasses fell. He picked up the glasses, looked up, and went,
Oh my God!
so.
Oh man, I'm easily entertained. Speaking of fake bodies, this is me transitioning out of sports. Actually, before I got plus 1,200 on Chiefs Niners Super Bowl future, still alive. Just placed it a month ago. Could happen. Chiefs Niners, it's gonna happen. Even though the Bengals and Eagles will probably win.
I disagree. I would say 49ers over the Niners. They've just got a little bit more pack there. Pack.
Yeah, they've got like 5 times as many nines.
Exactly.
Almost.
And I
Or way
think
more than that.
The Eagles, I found it odd their transition from music to football, but I think they've got it in here.
Yeah. Speaking of fake bodies, because we were talking about the Damar Hamlin thing, just so people didn't forget, M&Ms had a press release. Did you see this?
Mm-mm.
Well, you're gonna have to Google it again. Sorry.
Let's repeat the press
Go to
release.
their Twitter. Do Eminem's
I'm
Twitter. It's their last post. Eminem, though, they had a press release. They will no longer be using the characters because everybody was sexualizing the green.
I thought you meant Marshall Mathers. I thought you meant like
sorry,
Eminem's announced, and I was like, "What is he trans? Why are you saying?"
No. The Eminem's the candy. You got to be careful when you're telling people one thing and it's a different thing. Am I right? Okay.
All right. Well, I love when I type in M&Ms and the one thing that I'm clearly talking about does not come up.
Okay.
Jeez, the fucking wheeze.
Wait a minute. You might have passed it.
Go up.
Oh, this?
Is that the statement? Is it America We Need to Talk?
Nope, because that's 2021.
Fucking parody. What the fuck?
Dude, were you just lying?
Google Eminem tweets. Google Eminem Twitter. I mean, I don't know. It's the ampersand. It's throwing off the search probably. It's correcting in HTML to %4_D.
Gosh. Oh, M&Ms chocolate. This is them. Oh, shit. Okay, I didn't know. Oh, that's the new verification thing. Why is Maya Rudolph?
Well, we can get to it. I think the press release will explain it.
Okay. Here we go. America, I got my hand on the sounds.
Okay.
America, let's talk. In the last year, we've made some changes to our beloved spokes candies. We aren't sure if anyone would even notice. And we definitely didn't think it would break the internet. But now we get it. Even a candy's shoes can be polarizing.
Oh my God!
Which was the last thing M&Ms wanted, since we're all about bringing people together. Therefore, we have decided to take an indefinite pause. Hang on, I need to zoom in on this because I can't read it from so far away. An indefinite pause from the spokes candies. In their place, we are proud to introduce a spokesperson America can agree on, the beloved Maya Rudolph. We are confident Miss Rudolph will champion the power of fun to create a world where everyone feels they belong.
Cow! 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 Oh, shit! Cow! 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 Cow!
Enough with that, Steve. That one just goes, I think. It does the whole stand-up special.
So that's the Eminem press release.
Wow.
They got
No wonder
rid
I
of the
couldn't find it.
characters, and now Maya Rudolph is going to be.
Damn.
So she's literally uglier than the green M&M.
She is.
Like if I could date the green M&M, as long as she's still wearing her go-go boots. But yeah, so the whole saga was what? That the green M&M used to wear stilettos and they got rid of that like a year ago, I think.
Yeah.
Or a while back. But I don't understand where that press release came from. I think it's first off, it's obviously all made up. Nobody really gives a shit about
Right.
M&Ms. So Super Bowl's coming up in a few weeks. This will be a good time
True.
for a Super Bowl
Yeah.
ad. They'll be like, where are the M&M characters? Oh, it's Maya Rudolph. Remember the
They
press
like Julius
release?
Caesar her. They like stab her and they're like, sorry, Maya, but we'll take it from here.
That would be great. That's a great commercial. Kill that stupid bitch.
Just like imagining the meeting, the marketing meeting, like, what if we took like one of the shittiest SNL cast members from 15 years ago? Oh, that'd be a great idea.
Yeah.
Like just have, what's his name? Seth, it doesn't even matter.
What is his
Myers.
name?
Seth Myers,
right.
So that's awesome. Good job to see corporations doing that. I mean, they have the power to do that. I mean, they're powerful than most third world countries. So this is not what Tim Pool would say, get woke, get broke.
Yeah, so obviously, like, all the conservatives online probably are like, "Yo, why do they have to change things and make it PC?"
Yeah. Why are you eating candy? You're 45 years old. How about that? Why are you talking about candy?
Yeah.
You fucking, yeah.
Yeah, M&Ms though. Okay.
You have a favorite M&M? I'm going to go there. Do you like the regular?
Yeah, my favorite flavor of M&M is green.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Shit, little boy. Not like regular M&Ms, peanut M&Ms, peanut butter. You're going to make me say them all. The pretzel M&Ms, those were there for a minute. Those were good.
I like, if I could only do one forever, I'd do the regular ass M&Ms. But I've grown to love the peanut M&Ms, but I
would pick those, the peanut ones.
Two types of people, two types of niggas.
What's the difference between like peanut butter M&Ms and like Reese's Pieces? Aren't those the same thing?
No, not quite. Reese's Pieces, I think, are a little bit softer.
That's true. They're pretty soft.
They're a different thing to bite through. I think the peanut M&Ms are not as good. I don't know though.
Speaking of like marketing executives and marketing teams having no clue. Sorry, hello, got you a little tease of that one. Having no clue what the American people actually like. I forgot to mention this when I went to go see The Whale. This played before the movie played at the cinema.
It's all happening.
This thing is nicer than my apartment.
Surely you can't be serious.
So these people are going to the movie. I need to remember that you guys, you can't see the screen. So it's a Regal Theater commercial. 3 people are going in, you know, that's it.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
You know, and the black guy's quoting Airplane.
Yeah, and he's so witty.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
We're going to speed this up so we don't kill ourselves.
She's beauty and she's race.
Got someone shouting the Goonies.
Not a man person, it's called a satchel.
You can't sit with us.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart.
As F.
What's his, I don't know what his last name is, but Machete.
Trejo or whatever.
Danny Trejo, yeah. He used to like murder people before he got into acting, and this is where he's at now. The rug really tied the room together.
You said the normal lies.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Damn, Sam Bankman-Fried on the ad.
Cow! 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 Oh, shit! Cow! Cow! Pow! What you looking at? Pop! Pop! You looking? I saw you looking. No.
I love the
All right.
machine gun part when he decides to get the machine
that
gun
one's
out.
so fucking long.
So that's how long the bit is.
Well,
I can't think of anything that would make me want to leave the theater quicker than that.
no, dude, I sent you that one that a long time ago that was like the dinosaur like protesting climate change.
I don't remember.
Dude, I don't even know.
Equally as gay.
It's like funny though, because it's like a CGI dinosaur like going in front of the United Nations and be like, "We're all in trouble." It's, I don't know. In my head, he talks like the Toy Story dinosaur, but like, what are we doing? It's good. Okay.
So we got sports out of the way, right?
Oh yeah. I was
Now
gonna say, Goldeneye re-release on Switch coming out on January 27th. Did you play any Goldeneye?
Actually, I did not. And that was also, I do know that's the first game that was ever Game of the Year, but I never played it. I watched some people play it. Did you ever play it?
Yeah.
On the Nintendo 64?
Yeah.
What was it like?
Well, I never liked it, and I know like a bunch of people love it, and I'm probably still like the 1,000th person to say this, but everybody's gonna come after me online. But it's one of those games that like doesn't hold up.
Probably
Which
not.
I think all of that like generation of games, whatever it was, like fifth generation or the 64 and the
Yeah.
PlayStation, like those are the games that don't hold up because it's
Yeah.
like this middle ground.
First time like using 3D.
Yeah, and so like mechanics and stuff are always weird. So the jump or the transition between like just fun arcade like Super Mario on the Super Nintendo to real games like Fortnite.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Actually, they
It
remade.
will be multiplayer though.
Ooh. They remade GoldenEye for the Wii, and they put Daniel Craig in. I had that. I played it for a while. That was pretty cool. I had a golden Wii classic controller. That's about all I have to add to that. I actually haven't seen any of the James. I haven't seen enough James Bond movies to talk about it. Have you seen any of them?
I've seen like Well, I don't know how many Pierce Brosnan was in. I saw probably like all of those, and I saw like the first 2 Daniel Craig ones, but I haven't seen any of the old ones. I haven't. So it was Connery or any of the newer ones. Are they still making them with Daniel Craig, or have they got
I think
a new
the last one was the last one with him, the most recent one.
Were they going to get Idris Elba?
I thought so, but
James Bond's black?
I guess so.
Well, that's what I had on that. Ba-dam. Senator. Okay, I guess I'm on to politics now.
All right.
Senator Josh Hawley, introduced the Pelosi Act, which forces all congresswomen to have huge mommy milkers.
Dude, finally, it's about time he's doing something.
So be looking for that. I thought you were pressing it. Fucking
No. I had to mute this so it didn't automatically play.
Yeah,
this.
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But no, it's going to prevent people in Congress and their spouses from trading stocks. So nothing will happen.
Yeah.
And Josh Hawley's a loser, right?
Yeah.
Just refresh my memory. He's a loser, right?
Yeah.
Where is he from?
I think Missouri.
Okay. Sounds like a loser.
Yeah, I don't know anything memorable he's done.
Okay, Ticketmaster, are we ready? The Ticketmaster hearings have been happening in Congress because Ticketmaster basically has a monopoly on the ticket industry. And then I don't even know the whole Taylor Swift thing. Do you know what happened with her concert and she getting canceled? And
the way that Ticketmaster is like framing it, it's just like a technical issue that went on. So it was like the app, the website was just overflown with so many people trying to buy tickets that some people were saying that like they were charged like multiple times because of like a glitch in the system. Some people said they had to wait like 8 hours for their ticket to be told that there were no tickets. So for some reason that had to come to Congress. Meanwhile, we've got like World War III. It's like literally right on the edge. We're so close to World War III for the gayest reason of all time.
Yes.
What, inflation's at an all-time high? What are some other catastrophes? Like, I don't know, BlackRock's like bought up all the real estate left in America. You can't own anything. You will never own anything. But hold on, there's a silver lining. We've got some congressmen sitting, having a congressional meeting with the CEO and some of the chair people of Ticketmaster. And what are the congressmen doing? What are they saying? Are they doing any pressing questions? No, they're figuring out the quickest way they can get their Taylor Swift song references into their gay fucking speech. This is like honestly what pisses me off so much. And when I see shit like this, like it makes me irate. Like seriously, we're sending all these tanks to Ukraine to protect democracy. At what point should we stop and think, what does democracy look like? This is what democracy looks like. Democracy looks like congressmen sitting in a meeting room and they're going, "Oh, how do I put in my Taylor Swift reference? Yeah, so you're saying they're never getting back together?" Got to cut that off right there.
Yeah.
So yes, we should bring that to Ukraine and the rest of the world. The rest of the world should be retarded f***s like us. Yeah, that's a good idea.
We should send Taylor Swift to Ukraine. That sounds like the start of like a Tim Dillon bit.
Where's Taylor Swift?
Are you going to play it though?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead.
Ticketmaster ought to look in the mirror and say, I'm the problem. It's me.
Along with Senator
The people who fucking laughed in the background too.
I know.
Klobuchar as chair. To be honest, I had hoped as of a few months ago to get the gavel back. But once again, she's chair captain, and I'm on the plea.
To have a strong capitalist system, you have to have competition. You can't have too much consolidation.
I agree with that.
Unfortunately for this country, as a ode to Taylor Swift, I will say we know all too well.
I hate her so her stupid mouth. She looks like Two-Face. You know when you're a kid, you try to do an impression of Two-Face.
Yeah.
I will say.
It's like when I had Bell's palsy. I fucking one side of my face just didn't work.
I guess you could say the color of my shirt is red.
If when the Ticketmaster CEO walked in, I would have said, I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Yeah.
Shame on me.
I'm a country girl.
What's a fucking? I can't think of a
It's
Taylor
funny
Swift.
because like I don't even know. I like forget the party affiliation of these people because I just hate them all.
I do
so it's
too.
like it's so fun. Like, I know that Klobuchar, she's a Democrat, right? 'Cause she ran in the last one.
Yeah, she did run
was
for
useless.
president. Yeah. Gosh, she's like a stroke victim. She's like a stroke survivor. Like, just retire. But I guess, I don't know, whatever. Democrats want that. They want stroke survivors, and Republicans want gays, so whatever. Guess we're voting for them. Woo! You know what? And this has a trickle-down effect. So a lot of times people will say, like, okay, our lawmakers, you know, they go to Congress and they go to the House, but we don't see the effects of anything. I've seen the effects of this stupid fucking video in my office because people are going, whenever the topic is brought up about Ticketmaster, they go, well, I don't listen to Taylor Swift. I'm not a retard, so I can't just come up with these on the fly. So sorry, but.
Well, I came up with one on the fly.
You did, but I mean, I didn't know that song, but I didn't want to just do that same joke. So yeah, there we go. Welcome to our country. Let's move to Russia.
Nick Fuentes got banned from Twitter.
I know, he was back.
A day. What did he do? Did he do anything? Was there a tweet they pointed to get him kicked off again?
I think he did like a live stream, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. He had his comeback tweet was just like Patrick entering the Krusty Krab. It was just a picture of that. And then I think he had a tweet about like Ye. He had like a video, like a little graphic of Ye 24. And then, he like got banned. So I'm sure the hate watch groups, they quickly were putting pressure on Iran. So
I don't even get the point though. Other than to make an example, but it's like some of the articles I saw were like, Nick Fuentes is back to his old ways or something. It's like, well, what did you think he was going to do differently on Twitter?
Yeah.
Like, it's just change of ownership. He didn't change. Anybody getting unblocked now?
Yeah, he actually, I mean, I'm surprised he stayed on Twitter for as long as he did, but he was really good about like cleaning house on tweets, and like he tried to hold on to his Twitter account for as long as he could because that's where he had the biggest like public following. So yeah, that's gay.
Marjorie Taylor Greene said that she sees herself on the short list for Trump's VP nominee.
Like, is this like the short bus? Like she's too retarded to run?
No, the short list. Like
she could be...
Like if Trump has fucking 5 names in his head, she's one of them. That's what she's saying.
Huh.
I don't know. I hope not. Honestly, I hate looking at her, so...
Yeah, she's got... Dude, she looks like... I don't know. I don't even know. She looks like... Fuck. I don't know. I can't think of it. But she's just a woman who's like too jacked, you know? And that's a problem.
Yeah.
So...
I agree. Marjorie Taylor Greene, stay away. Most of my news comes from the notifications I get at Truth Social, so I don't know if this is accurate, but what did I find on there? Oh, woman pleads guilty to mailing envelopes to President Trump with homemade raisin, which I think is how you pronounce it. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. Are you sure?
You haven't watched Breaking Bad. Suck my dick. It's raisin.
They might pronounce it wrong.
It's not. Why would Walter White is a chemist.
Fine, the writers aren't. Okay, fine. Ricin. Even though the fucking Wikipedia page made it look like a soft S. Ricin, but whatever. Whatever. Ricin.
I don't know if you know this. Anybody could go in.
Maybe
and
you heard it
Wikipedia.
wrong.
I watched the show twice.
Well, either way, somebody did that. So, fucking A, man.
Damn.
Somebody emailed homemade rice.
E-rice. It's a new Chinese technology. They're learning how to send food digitally. Digital hamburger. I can have cheeseburger.
Have you seen those videos of like how efficient those Chinese fields are? The videos they put out anyway. Well, they're pretty cool.
Okay.
I just don't even know what you're gonna put in. Chinese rice farming. Fast.
Speed run.
Yeah.
Chinese rice farming speed run.
Damn, dude. So they just straight up actually playing Minecraft over there? You were too far away from the mic. They couldn't hear you laugh at my funny joke. Thank you. Thanks, man.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Do you know that China is the world's largest producer of rice?
Look.
If you don't
They're called Chinese people.
Damn. You know, you're probably not gonna be able to find it, so this was a useless...
Do like kung fu on the rice?
No, they just fucking have this fast way of doing it. It's not even like advanced technology. It's just like this weird efficiency to it. This is my issue, is I can't expect you to find the video if I don't even know what I'm talking about. But this one just popped up. This was nothing I could have had prepared. And you see this? ChatGPTI passed the Wharton School Business MBA test.
I have no idea what you just said. What any of that means.
ChatGPT, that's one of the AI
things
or whatever.
It passed a test?
It passed a test.
Whoa. What do we do now?
I don't know. Can't they just do all the business for us now?
I don't know. Well, didn't they? Probably not, because I'm sure they have to feed it to the AI system in the specific way to get it to answer it correctly. You know,
but I think it's open ended. It's not like I think it's doing the math part of it, and God knows what's on that exam.
Whoa.
Got to go to business school for it, but apparently not. You can be a robot.
So if we just like become robots, then we can be that smart?
If our overlords were nice, they would just give us all a robot, then we wouldn't have to work anymore, but that's never going to happen.
Did someone say robot?
Exactly.
Oh, Lex, get out of here.
I think we're going to hit the SnS Bingo today. We got the Lex, we have the porn references, we have... That's all I have on that.
Should we be worried? But no, you're not worried. You're saying give us the robots. Like, let us have this AI now.
Yeah.
Let it do all the work for us.
Why do we have to do anything anymore? And I know, oh, blah, blah, it strips the human spirit away.
It does.
But guess what? Now you don't have to do like the bullshit work, and now you can go do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can fucking start a podcast.
There you go. I mean, I'm not fully against the AI. I mean, I am, but for the sake of this conversation now, I'm not fully against it.
Embrace debate.
But I could see it being the case where if the AI, does all the annoying stuff, then you get to go do the fun stuff.
But it won't work that way.
No.
We'll have made up jobs in 50 years.
So new made up jobs. I am a text editor, consultant, assistant, production, leader of the shift. That's what it's going to get to. And it's like, oh, you just type in a Word document.
Damn, I want one of those jobs with a made up title.
I know. Well, most of them do. I remember one time I asked someone, I was like, what do you do? And they're like, oh, I'm a sales associate at Kohl's. And I was like, sales associate? Like, are you just trying to tell me you fold clothes? And they're like, yeah. It's like, okay, then just say you fold clothes. Say you work at Kohl's. That tells you everything.
I'm a famous podcaster. That's what I tell people. Julia Fox, Julia Fox, the crazy bitch.
I saw her name on Twitter. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's usually where I get the topics.
Yeah.
As I just go through whatever's on Twitter 5 minutes before we record. No, Julia Fox commented on some guy's TikTok who was talking about how he was sexually assaulted. And she commented, I think it was just a random guy. I don't think it was anybody to be taking shots at, And she said,
like, bullshit.
I don't know why, but I don't feel bad for you, LOL. That's what she commented.
Was he ugly or something?
Well, I mean, it was like less believable, but it was, I'm still going to believe him. I didn't listen to the video at all.
I have no reason not to believe his story, as I have not heard his story. So
Julia Fox, though, I'm into the no eyebrows now, but I'm not into her. So I'll just say that.
Yeah, I've seen her without eyebrows. That is a little whack. How do you get into no eyebrows?
I don't know.
Like
sometimes
cancer
I like
patient?
Well, it's a weird modeling thing. It probably started off that way because everybody want to look like whatever that bitch, Queen Elizabeth.
Caillou.
Yeah. Like Caillou. Oh, man.
He was such an asshole on that show. He always complained.
That kid sucks, honestly. But there used to be so many good YouTube poops of Caillou.
Mm-hmm.
I think CS188 or somebody had a really funny Caillou YouTube poop, and I could never find it after high school. Bummed me out.
Damn copyright.
Fucking Caillou.
Okay, so we can either do a fun little throwback, or I can go through the rest of my sounds on here.
Go ahead.
All right, I'll do the sounds. Check this out. Say what?
Oh my God!
All right, well. Okay, everyone, welcome back. So that's my beef of the week right here, the Zoom PodTrack P4, whatever it's called. If I want to add new sounds to my sound bank that I already have saved onto the SD card, I have to stop the recording. Yording. So here are some other sounds we've got. That's Sam Hyde laughing. I probably should have prefaced that. I forgot what the other ones are. This one's something.
Yo ass in trouble.
Damar Hamlin got caught using a body double.
Yo ass in trouble.
Woo! And the Cumtown guitar riff, that came as a stock sound, by the way. This is the one that I thought I probably can't upload, but is there any good news? Is there anything that's fun, happy?
I have a fun, happy story.
All right, tell me.
Tom Meyer's 40th birthday celebration coming up.
Holy fuck! I'm coming.
I like it.
Happy birthday, Tom.
Yeah, he's having a big show in Baltimore, Maryland, or Maryland.
Hell yeah. We
But
might
it's not
fly
on
out.
his actual birthday. He made that very clear in his Instagram post. It's not his actual birthday.
So should we go see him then if it's not on his actual birthday? I feel like we should go see him on his real birthday.
If we could make the cross-country trip from Los Angeles to Maryland and by the time of his birthday, I think it's this weekend.
Damn.
So, yeah, he's got major, whatever, astrological signs in January vibes.
As you all know, I'm turning 40, which is also known as the diarrhea in the pants. Every shit is a diarrhea age. Like, I don't know what he would say.
He's going to have a new special album come out.
Really?
Yeah. Because somebody commented on his post announcing his 40th birthday and was like, he's like, will there be a live stream? And Tom's like, get your ass to the show, you know.
Damn.
Obviously. And then he's like, well, I don't live anywhere nearby, so I can't. And he goes, don't worry, there'll be a new album for your ears soon. So shout out Tom. Next road trip we have, we will listen to that.
Yeah. On the way to see him, we will listen to all of his stand-up, sit down. You know what's crazy about him is he's the only unfunny comedian. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's
if
hilarious.
only. There are plenty of other unfunny comedians out there. Actually, I don't know the last time I've watched a stand-up special and like laughed. Like I just think stand-up comedy is like
I know, I'm
it's
with
just
you.
like outdated.
I don't know. It's not funny to me. I'm trying to think. Well, perfect segue into Blue Collar Comedy Tour. Did you ever watch any of them or any of the people that are a part of it?
I watched the show.
I forgot there's a show.
Roseanne.
You watched Roseanne?
When I was a kid, my mom did, and yeah, so I'd watch it.
What does that have to do with
sometimes.
Blue Collar Comedy Tour?
She's like a blue collar comedian.
Okay, well, I don't. Okay, but do you know what I'm talking about? Like Jeff Foxworthy,
Yeah,
and
like
Bill,
Larry the Cable Guy,
and Bill Engvall, and Ron White.
Yeah.
But I don't. Anyway, Blue Collar Comedy Tour 2. It opens up with like this scene of them like on a tour bus, and who is it? Like Bill gets up and he takes a shit in the bathroom, and then he goes and sits out in the main area. And then Jeff wakes up, he goes in the bathroom, but he steps out right away because it smells like shit. And then Ron White goes in, and then he goes and sits out. And then Larry the Cable Guy goes in, and he's able to actually poop. He doesn't even notice the other smell of shit. So that was a very funny opening for Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
I thought you were going to say like the tour bus had a flat tire, then they all like just picked it up and carried it to they grabbed a rope and lasso and just drug it to the venue.
Dude, that special used to be on Comedy Central like every weekend for like a year. So yeah, Jeff Foxworthy has the you might be a redneck.
You might be a fifth grader.
I forgot. Do you ever watch that?
Yeah, sometimes.
What'd you think? Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
I hope so.
Well, you would know if you watched the show.
Well, it's been some time.
Yeah, I watched it a lot in fifth grade, so sometimes I did well and other times I didn't do as well.
Yeah, hit or miss for me. When I was in fourth grade, I was like, I don't really think I'm cut out for fifth grade.
Bill Engvall had the I just put I'm stupid. I don't think that's the joke. No, here's your sign. That was his thing. When somebody'd ask a dumb question.
Here's your sign.
Like officer sees you in a ditch, comes up, like, did you lose control of your car? It's like, here's your sign or some shit.
Oh,
because he's like asking an obvious question.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like,
so that was his.
You know, sometimes it's hard for me to go out and meet new people. Here's your sign. You're Aries. I thought you were saying he's like a astrology guy.
And Larry the Cable Guy was a get her done.
Right.
And Ron White was raunchy. How's that for a mnemonic device?
One of my go-to jokes in like high school, I would say like, as Larry the Cable Guy once said, accomplish the task. You know, then everyone's like, he says get her done. And I was like, yeah, I know. I'm also retarded.
Yeah, he got, I feel like mainstream-ish, or I don't even know if that's it, but whenever he did Cars and then everybody wanted to do this stupid tow mater.
He fell off his fame train because when people found out that he actually didn't talk like that,
yeah,
dude, the blue collar community did not know what to do about that. They went to work the next day.
They felt lied to.
Yeah.
I felt lied to as a blue collar man myself. Blue collar podcasting.
When blue collared workers found out that he wasn't actually a talking tow truck.
But as far as like other stand up, I liked that when I was a kid, but I definitely wouldn't think it's funny now. But I watched a lot of the greats, George Carlin and Richard Pryor.
I actually haven't watched much of either of them.
Yeah, I remember. I was probably like 12 or so, and I was just like flipping through channels like pretty late at night at my grandparents, and like a Richard Pryor, like the special had just started pretty much. And I was like, yeah, this is awesome. So I don't know, that was good at one point. Also, I'm friends with his granddaughter. That's my name. Well, I'm not going to name drop, but friends with his granddaughter.
How?
I met her in Israel.
Really? Was he Jewish?
No, but one of his like 3 or 4
wives.
Yeah.
Huh.
And so her mom, it's very funny because he had like, he had the very black sense of humor, right?
Mhm.
Right. And then like his daughter, so my friend's mom, she's like a fucking professor in like black studies or something. So she's just like the liberal ass side of stuff. So it's very funny that she probably is like anti N-word, and he would like be up there saying the N-word a bunch.
He'd be like, I'm a... Shit, I changed that to from the oh my gosh. George Carlin. I had a friend in middle school who was like obsessed with George Carlin, and he like had all of his books, and he would just one of his books was When Will Jesus Bring the Pork Chops? And he's like, get it, because like Christians can't eat pork, and I'm an atheist, by the way, and I like didn't even know what like atheism was or anything, but I was like, all right, well, I don't really care about this stuff. And then he would just like always talk to me about George Carlin and how he was an atheist. Which I feel like looking at some of the stuff that he's done now, I mean, is it accurate to say that wasn't his whole like shtick? It wasn't I'm atheist. It was more like people. Would he have been an atheist because
he was just like observational? He hated. I mean, no, he would have been an atheist either way, but he definitely like attacks like organized religion more than anything. Which now you can look at that and be like, oh, that's kind of cringy,
right?
Or like the new the new counterculture is becoming like traditional Catholic or something, right? Like,
but at the time it was something that needed to be said.
It was cutting edge.
Yeah, but he was more against like power structures, like you said. Because I know the bit about him talking about like the politicians where he comes out as a moderate,
Yeah, he probably. I don't know where he was.
They
he
both
probably was
wanna,
He's probably like a libertarian, honestly, if I was just guessing. But
he's
I don't really
dead.
know. yeah,
he's so old.
He's been dead for a long time, since like 2008 or something.
Yeah,
he did 2 comedy specials like in the last like 4 or 5 years of his life.
Mm-hmm. I think that's also like around the time when he wrote those books. So were Richard Pryor and George Carlin, were they the first like comedians you ever watched? Do you remember what your first comedians were?
Those were pretty early on. I'm trying to think who else was big though. I mean, like, I told you I have watched like the Tosh one. I was pretty early. That was like middle school that I liked whatever Daniel Tosh special that he had on probably Comedy Central. I don't know.
The first stand-up special I ever watched was Nick Swartzen's Seriously, Who Farted? And my friends and I thought that like the stand-up specials were like 100% improv. And we were like, wow, that's so crazy. Someone would just go up on stage and just like do all that. And
I remember that one.
We were like, it's got to be hard too, because like you have to like live a life and do interesting things. Because we also thought they like always told the truth up on stage and whatnot. And I don't know, it's just funny thinking about that. And then you've got Bert's like machine story where he's just naked, naked on stage, putting the mic in his ass.
Nick Swartzen had that other show too on Comedy Central that was funny. Pretend Time. Was it Pretend Time? Nick Swartzen's Pretend Time. I think it had some funny.
It did.
Segments.
There's this one that I've tried to look it up on YouTube and find it, but it was this bit where this news reporter was interviewing this guy who's had like a handful of failed businesses, and he's like, so the first business I ever got into was it was a winery, and I just really felt that white wine was superior to red wine, so we opened White Power. And within a few weeks, it eventually closed. People were rioting, so I actually went into armory. So medieval armor is what was my specialty, and so we would fix damaged armor. So we opened up chinks. You got like a chink in your armor, you got to fix it, and yeah, that was like my favorite bit.
Yeah,
I think I actually bought the episode on iTunes where that skit was in.
Damn, do you remember buying? Dude, the very first show I ever bought on iTunes was, do you remember that puppet show on Nickelodeon that was like Mr. Meat? What was it?
Mr. Meat, Mr. Meaty, Mr. Meaties.
Meat Town. What is it called?
Mr. Meaty.
Is that it?
I think so.
And it's two puppets working in a burger place, right? And
yeah, Parker was one of them. Yeah, Mr. Meaty.
Damn, how long is that on for? Like a year? Because that was not a long-lived thing. But I remember I thought that looked so funny. So whenever the first episode came out, I bought it on iTunes.
Yeah, I loved that show.
I might have to look up
the
some
puppets.
clips.
Yeah, 2 seasons. Country of origin of United States.
All-time puppet show though. Wonder Show's in.
Wonder Show. I actually haven't watched a lot of Wonder Shows.
But I did show you, I think, some of it because it's the same people.
Slaves, like the slaves built the pyramids.
Yeah, that's one of them.
And then the Jew.
But it's the same people, I think, that made Xavier Renegade Angel.
Really?
Yeah. I don't remember the guy's name. Is it like Vernon Chapman or something? Or Tracy Chapman. No, I'm joking.
Hey, yo, for real though, I'm about to piss my fucking pants. I'm about to do a little bit of...
Holy fuck! I'm coming!
Hairdresser cut my hair.
And we're back! We just had Mr. Meaty off his meter. And... Okay, yeah, I went pee.
Okay, I got a couple more things, I guess.
Yeah.
Might as well get closer to an hour. Bermuda Triangle. Got anything on it? That's all I wrote.
Is it really a triangle?
How old were you when you learned about the Bermuda Triangle? Were you
like
immediately fascinated by it?
Yeah.
Or was it something, I was too when I was a kid.
They said Amelia Earhart went there.
I don't think that's right.
Well, okay.
Well, I think, she was south of here, wasn't she? And the Bermuda Triangle is like in the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Didn't she get lost south of here? Like on an island or something? Where did I guess I never thought where she ended up. Maybe
I don't know.
She is a Bermuda victim.
Maybe I like mixed those two things up, and maybe they were like pushing so hard for like the first female pilot, they just invented the Bermuda Triangle. And like, oh, she just crashed her plane because she's dumb. And they're like, no, she went into this region where all this stuff happens. And
yeah, it's all made up, which is disappointing to realize. But yeah, when I was a kid, my grandma has like this. I don't know why, but I'll have to ask how she got them. But she has like this whole like, I don't know, probably like 10 volumes of like strange encounters. So there's like the Roswell, like that like interracial couple that famously was abducted by aliens. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, it had like those kind of stories in it, and I'd read like the UFO stories or Bermuda Triangle and, be spooked out for a little bit. But then you realize it's like thousands of planes have flown over it. So there's nothing to it. I just wanted to mention the Bermuda Triangle.
Is that where Atlantis is? Is that where they think it is?
Dude, I don't know. I would think it'd be closer to like Greece or something because they would have. Yeah, they were the ones that made it up.
Yeah.
Or if it's real, then.
I always liked like at the library they had books like that, like shittier versions of the books you're describing, and I always liked the ESP. I liked reading about ESP. So and sports, it's in the game. I'm fucking gay. Cometown already did the EA thing, so we got to move past that.
Oh, I was watching, that Graham Hancock guy that Joe Rogan's fucking friends with? He's always on the pod. Okay, his whole thing is like the ancient civilization stuff, which would be cool, but the show that he has on Netflix, what's it called? Ancient Apocalypse, maybe? It fucking sucks. It's so boring. And all these shows, and the reason this is my beef with them, and this is not my beef of the week, but is that they just talk for 20 minutes and they keep repeating the same thing where it's like this line that's like, but what if everything we know about the ancient world is wrong? And it's just, they find 20 ways to say that in the first 20 minutes, and they just keep repeating that. And they show like no good evidence for it. So it's a little disappointing because it's basically like civilization might not be 6,000 years old. It might be like 12,000.
Yeah.
Or whenever we think like advanced structures started being built, whatever it is. And that's the exciting news. It's like, I want Atlantis.
They have to find a way to keep you engaged. I remember History Channel had something like that for like the Holy Grail, like all the Indiana Jones stuff. And the ending of this like 4-hour historical piece was like, I found this cup and it could be the Holy Grail. It's like, really? That's it? Also, speaking of Netflix, I watched, I only got to the first episode of that 90s show. It's
bad.
It's so it's so awful. The first few minutes with the regular cast actually wasn't that bad. And I was like, oh, wow, am I going to watch like 2 episodes of this stuff? But then once they introduce the new kids. So
go ahead.
Okay, so Eric and Donna's daughter, which I've looked up online, it said they're divorced, which the first episode didn't say anything about them being divorced. But anyway, so she goes and wanders next door, and some girl is screaming, who's the girl who wrote the song Ironic?
Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, she's singing one of her songs. I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't Ironic.
Yeah.
And she was unironically... No, it wasn't that one.
Playing a banjo. The fucking song is.
It's it's like the black girl. So Minnie Foreman meets the black girl, and then she's like, wow, you're like actually
living in Donna's old house. Is that what
Yeah.
you mean by that? Okay.
And she's like, your parents boned on this bed 100 times.
Oh my
Which is
God.
like, they got a new bed, but whatever. And so Eric's daughter, she's like, oh, I want to be cool just like you. So then they all, the gang gets together, the descendants of the kids, which if I'm remembering correctly, 3 of them are like Kelso's illegitimate kids. One of them, I think he had with Mila Kunis, but I didn't care enough to.
That was the only clip I saw, which I'm assuming is how I'm going to consume the show, is all the clips of the familiar faces popping up.
It's the best way to do it.
Which you don't even have to watch shows anymore, because those
Yeah.
ones go up on fucking YouTube like right away, and they don't get taken down.
Right.
So all the good scenes that I want to see. But anyway, go on.
So they all decide they're going to get beer. And you remember the episode of that 70s show when they like stumble upon that keg in the road?
And they go like into the empty pool?
Yeah,
Is that the
yeah.
one where, okay.
They have to like go through and get the tap. So the two of the illegitimate Kelso kids are sitting in their car, and they're at a gas station, and a worker at the gas station just gives them a keg because he thinks that they ordered the keg and doesn't think to like see their IDs or like double check that they paid for it. He's like, a keg for Smith? And they're like, yeah! It's like making it that obvious. So they get this keg just handed to them, and then they have to get the tap for the keg. So Eric's daughter goes into the gas station. She's like, I've never done anything so edgy before. And she has a pillow under her dress to look pregnant. So she buys it, and then the gas station clerk is like, oh, you shouldn't be like drinking if you're pregnant. And she's like, oh, it's for my husband. And then like her pillow falls out. And then
and she runs away with the case. Oh no.
So much worse.
Ooh.
Dude, it gets so bad. It's like so the lady goes, oh, so you're just a kid. And she goes, you'll sell me that beer tap. Back home in Chicago, I do debate regional varsity regionals. So I know that your employee gave a cake to minors, so it was over before it even started. And then the lady's like, I can't give it to them.
That's so fucking lame.
I know. The funny thing, and I paused it because I was watching it with Stevette, and I go, the reason I'm about to like punch a hole in the TV is because anyone who knows anything, like if you've ever done debate, you don't look at the person you're debating. But the scene is like set up in this like, dude, I'm looking into your soul.
That's your fucking takeaway. It's not that this is like the dumbest dialogue ever.
I mean, it is the dumbest dialogue,
right.
But it's like add insult to injury. You're looking
you're
like
insulting
at the
former
judge.
debaters. Okay, we're debate lifers here on this podcast. Hate to admit it, but don't really.
Welcome back to Debate Life, and no, we won't flash you the podcast. You gotta go to the Patreon on your own. Okay, how to spread. Anyway, so I was like, people who did debate all 4 years of high school and were like autistically good about it, like they can't look anyone in the eyes. So this scene is just so stupid. So yeah, I don't know. And Eric, what was kind of funny, like Eric was a professor at some college teaching like the history of Star Wars or something.
Which
like,
didn't he like not go to college in the show? Didn't he like do some?
He went to Africa.
For like, what was it for? Did they say in the show?
To find the venom.
But he probably went back.
Yeah.
I don't like that him and Donna might be divorced.
I know, I don't either.
But this is weird. I never realized whenever I watched the show when I was younger, when it ends, I didn't think they ended up together. But then like the popular opinion online is that they do end up together.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that. I thought it was like this weird point where they were not going to be together.
Which
anyway.
I guess...
Will they, won't they? They will.
The girl who plays Donna did not age well, though. She like looks a little weird and methy. So Eric... It seriously looks like he is not aged like a year. It's insane. So the parents also looked really good for their age. Everyone except for Donna, really. And they tried to like recreate the circle.
Is Fez in it?
He's in some episode they preview at the end, like the rest of the season to get you to watch, but I couldn't find the episode where he's in. But
because in the show, doesn't Jackie with Fez or whatever?
Yeah.
But that never made sense. That was just like weird writing.
Just like fan service. And Kelso was like a cop.
Do they say what he does now?
He's like a businessman. He's like an executive businessman. Dude, I know Monopoly money when I see it. Please, just let me arrest you. Folks, you already know. Y'all know where it's going. Oh, I had something else to say about the show. Oh, they just have some like fat Asian gay kid too. So...
Maybe he's just a neighbor or something.
He's not even a neighbor. He's just like included in the friend group. He's like, oh, this basement's decrepit. And then in the preview for the rest of the season, there's like a 2-second clip of him like setting up like a 90s computer for Kitty. I could just like, oh, now you're Asian. You probably built the thing. Oh, fuck, I'm gay. I just spilt water.
That's okay.
On the floor.
That's okay. Let's beef of the week it up.
Yeah.
This is my beef of the week. Do you have one? Or are you going to makeshift one? Or you kind of had that one, I guess?
Yeah, I had that one.
Beef of the week. It's a true beef of the week. As my astute host pointed out, it's the same acronym as Zelda's Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
But this is a true beef of the week, a beef of the week platinum edition. It probably should be on the Patreon. But my beef of the week is cows burping.
Didn't know they could burp.
As you know, I've had my share of run-ins with that son of a bitch, Bill Gates. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I bumped into him at that brewery that one time in Boulder, Colorado. And
Have we told that story on the podcast?
That I saw Bill Gates at a brewery in Boulder.
Yeah, okay, this one time, I will quickly talk about this. So Steven, he called me. I checked my phone. He's like called me like 3 times.
That's not even, you've already fucking messed up the story. You answered the first time.
Okay, so I answered the first time,
Yeah.
and he goes, you're not going to believe this, but you're not going to believe who's sitting across from me at this bar. And I was like, I don't know, who is it? And he goes, Bill Gates. And I was like, really? And I was like, well, send a picture of him and like, let me see. And when he sent, I think you said to me like, okay, it's actually not Bill Gates.
As soon as I sent the photo, I was like, that wasn't him. But go ahead and tell your version.
But
I'll tell you mine.
I thought you told me it's definitely not him, and I said, send me the picture anyway. And then you sent it.
Yeah.
And it just like looked nothing like him. But maybe you saw him from like the back or something. And I don't know.
Can I say this? Okay. You don't think it was preposterous to think.
No, not really.
And this is my thing though, is I looked and I was like, that's fucking Bill Gates. Okay. But then after that, I didn't want to keep looking. And this is what I'll do. If I see famous people or a time traveling version of myself, which I also claim to have seen before, then I just kind of was like, Bill Gates is over there and he doesn't want me to make a scene.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody else is making a scene because it wasn't the real big Bill Gates. But yeah, so it wasn't him. I knew as soon as I looked at the photo, but that was my first real chance of looking is my point.
I see what you're saying.
And that's when I knew, when I sent it, I was like, that's not even him.
I've done that with people that I like vaguely know, and I'm like, do I say hi to them or not? So I got you.
But anyway, so Bill Gates, this is a CNN article. Bill Gates backs startup tackling cow burps and farts. I'll read you some of the article. It starts off, it turns out burps can be big business. I just hated that line, so I had to read it. He's announced an investment in Australian startup Rumin, and then the number 8, which is developing a seaweed-based feed to reduce the methane emissions cows produce through their burps and, to a lesser extent, farts. So that's the short of it, pretty much. Is cows got to stop burping all over the place, man.
But you're good with the farts.
Well, apparently it's not as big of a factor. Apparently the burps. Do you remember learning that?
Yeah.
And then after that, everybody just started talking about it all the time.
Yeah.
When they brought it up, they're like, actually, cows produce so much because of their farts.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
I actually only knew about it because of that. I hate to say this, but that Green New Deal thing.
Okay. Well, I heard it like in middle school, and then it felt like after that, that was always like a fun fact people drop. It's like, yeah, I learned this years ago, but
why aren't we driving cows to work then? If their farts are more, bring more emissions than gas, they can be faster, right?
Yeah. And they're growing it in a lab, by the way, which is weird. So obviously, I don't really have a beef with cows. The real issue here is that I feel like all the land we use up for cows, like that's probably the bigger problem than cows going poo-poo and burping.
The land that we use.
Well, we use tons of land to keep cows and stuff alive. I guess my point is we need to start eating crickets.
Okay, so you're pro bug.
I'm pro bug eating. And I wish you had the big news thing because I had you pressing the oh boy big news button.
Yeah.
I killed a giant cricket the other day.
You ate it?
Well, it was a giant fucking cricket, and really, it probably could have fed me and my wife and my 3 children for like a week.
Mm.
And actually, if I'd properly butchered it, because there's no cut better than cricket sirloin.
Mm-hmm.
Native Americans, aka the Indians, they used to use every part of the cricket.
Okay, yeah, like Moby Dick for the whales, yeah.
What parts they didn't eat, they would weave together blankets of like cricket legs or whatever.
Are you serious?
No. But I mean, I was making fun of the people that like talk about how much they love the buffalo or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
They revered the buffalo. They used every part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm not actually pro eating.
Right.
But I heard, and this is from like a Q-tard, that they're doing that over in England or something.
Yeah, that's been I mean, I've been woke on the bug, or I've been aware. Sorry, I hate that I just fucking use that word. That's so...
No. Just always lean into it being ironic. You're good.
True. On the bug question for a while now. They're pushing for it.
It has been talked about a lot more.
Yeah.
So...
And it used to just be like you'd go to some nature field trip and then it's like the gift shop had like the cricket and a sucker. But now it's like, no, dude, that's your meal.
Do you remember that? And like, or the bars of soap that would have like a fucking fossil in it?
Yeah.
Those were awesome.
Yeah, man, I grew up in a trailer with my friend Buckwheat. He used to eat crickets. Yeah. One time he put one up his butt. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Theo. That's a beautiful, definitely true story, Theo Vaughn.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's so cool. The awesomest thing ever happened to me, and I swear this next part is true. He shut up.
Chris D'Elia too. Didn't you send me something else about him? Oh, just that there was a scene of him in that You show.
Oh shoot, yeah,
the Netflix show You.
Yeah.
He picks up Jenna Ortega and she's a minor.
Yeah, he drugs Wednesday Addams.
Yes.
And
so that was like a foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Shout out Nelson.
Don't worry, I'll play. He's like, I'll play the rapist. I know I can play the rapist.
Yeah.
I'm here auditioning for a child rapist, and they're like, well, the part here is a next door neighbor, but I guess do what you want with it.
Yeah, what was the thing I sent you that he just showed up looking like himself, and they're like, dude, we have like a wardrobe department. You didn't have to come dressed as a pedophile.
He's a method actor.
That's all I got. That's my beef of the week. It's not a real beef, but it does involve cows. Big cow news. Fuck Bill Gates, though.
That's it.
Holy fuck.